let's take the next set of questions. Do you think that people are missing the Congress and missing the Sheila Dikshit model of governance? Because the focus in the last two terms has been really on free bijli, free pani, free schooling, better schooling, but not so much on development. Let's take you through the next set of questions. The victory of the governments in Maharashtra and Jharkhand is being attributed to women-centric schemes. Do you think chasing the women voter has become a winning template? Is this likely to be repeated in states like Delhi and elsewhere? 41% of the overall respondents say yes, this can be a winning template. 32% say no. Let's come to the next question. Do you see political parties promising similar women-centric schemes during the upcoming assembly elections to counter the Aam Aadmi Party's freebies? 54% say yes, very high chance of parties coming up with women-centric schemes to counter the AAP's freebies. No say 19%. Next question. In Jharkhand, the JMM used Hemant Soren's arrest to corner the BJP and garner sympathy votes. Do you think AAP will be able to use Kejriwal's arrest to evoke sympathy? 47% of overall voters say yes, and 51% of BJP voters. That's interesting. Remember, 51% of BJP voters think that AAP will be able to use Kejriwal's arrest to evoke sympathy. Let me put that question to Pradeep Bhandari, who's done a bit of polling himself. Forget what the AAP and Congress voters say. 51% of your voters seem to think, who were sampled in this poll, that arresting Kejriwal is something that AAP will be able to use to generate sympathy for itself in the assembly elections, Pradeep.
Rahul, I believe that the AAP itself is not confident of generating the sympathy, because if you observe in the statements of Mr. Arvind Kejriwal in Haryana, he used to reiterate before the elections that give the vote to Aam Aadmi Party if you feel that Aam Aadmi Party is honest. Do not give the vote to Aam Aadmi Party if you feel the Aam Aadmi Party is corrupt. The results were that 90% of the seats Aam Aadmi Party lost deposits in Haryana, and in Loharu itself, Arvind Kejriwal ji could not get 2,000 votes where his native village is. If you observe all his speeches in Delhi, he himself is not reiterating and making the election about his corruption and honesty. In fact, he's trying to shift the goalpost on law and order. Now, allow me, because you allowed Priyanka Kakkar to speak on certain issues. She lied on your show, saying that the water bills have not risen. This is July 11, 2024 India Today report, where the power tariffs have increased by 40%. So there is no free electricity in Delhi. Again, on a water tariff, this is the Hindu report, where the Supreme Court blamed the Delhi government for water scarcity in Delhi, and there's a tanker mafia which is running. Now let's come to our education model. She speaks about good schools. Well, what is the reality? There is a maximum failure rate on 11th and 9th standard. The number of students who failed in 2021 was 7,000. This rose under Aam Aadmi Party's government to 51,000. And now let's come to the health model of the Mohalla clinic. The reality is there's an inquiry which is ordered where there are 67,000 ghost patients which are found in Mohalla clinic. Now let's come to the Yamuna model.
Okay, for 10 years, so we'll take it one at a time. You've spoken enough.
Now let's come to the morality.
I want to go across to Priyanka Kakkar, because you started off with the free bijli, free pani education model, and beyond that, what's the big idea? Because ultimately, voters get used to what they get, and then they say, "Ab dil mange more." Does the Aam Aadmi Party have a breakthrough new idea which can, push you through the political clutter and the competing claims?
This is not something, we have been contemplating this and we have announced it, and the budget has been allotted for it, and we will roll it out, that one more revdi to our janta, 1,000 rupees per woman, which we will start per month. But I have to counter Pradeep Bhandari ji, unfortunately, because he quoted a newspaper.
No, ma'am, answer my question. So you think this 1,000 rupee for women, which worked in Jharkhand, worked in Maharashtra, is your big idea? That's the idea you want to take through? You're calling it a revdi. That's your big idea?
No, I am saying we are going to offer the 6 free revdis that we do, and we are going to soon announce the 7th revdi also. We are going to question we are not going to stop questioning the Home Minister Amit Shah ji for the failed law and order situation, even if he has imposed a terrorism law on one of our MLAs again, which is the trick of the BJP.
Okay, so Ashutosh, here's the thing. Basically what the Aam Aadmi Party is saying, they think pushing through 1,000 rupees is one of their ideas. Targeting the BJP over law and order is the other big Kejriwal idea. Do you think that's enough? Or are voters in Delhi reaching a level where they say, look at what Sheila Dikshit built, the bridges, the transport, the flyovers, the infrastructure. We've just been stuck with these reveries now. You're on mute, Ashutosh.
See, Rahul, the story about Sheila Dikshit and the story about Arvind Kejriwal, in my opinion, is over in 2025 assembly election for the simple reason because the new generation of voters has come in and they don't realize what the Sheila Dikshit has done. And Arvind Kejriwal, it got to 29.5% vote share in 2013, increased to massive 54% in 2015, and again 54% vote share in 2020. But there was no corruption charges against Arvind Kejriwal then. Now, a lot of questioning, a lot of answer has to be given by Aam Aadmi Party that what happened to that. Now, the issue is, if Aam Aadmi Party has been winning and Arvind Kejriwal was the X factor because there was a moral capital which they had. That moral capital over a period of time, especially after 2022, it has been depleting. And if it has been depleting, then a lot of things has to be done. Now, Arvind Kejriwal today is seen like any other politician. Aam Aadmi Party is today seen like any other political party. So the Aam Aadmi Party has to make a differentiation what new they are going to offer in vis-a-vis BJP and the Congress. The Revdi culture which they started, now everybody is imitating from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, that Revdi culture is almost over. People want delivery. So whether Aam Aadmi Party is deliver or not, if the people think that they can deliver still, then Aam Aadmi Party is on the good pitch. But if they think there is a question mark, then they will have a problem.
Yashwant Deshmukh, have you heard a big idea? We are hearing the Chief Minister target the BJP over law and order, the BJP counter-attack to say, see what's happened in Punjab with the attack on Sukhbir Badal. Outside that, Priyanka Kaka talks about 1,000 rupees for women. That's been tried in other states as well. Would that be enough, or does AAP need a breakthrough idea to tell voters beyond education, beyond water, beyond electricity, what do they have to offer?
I think it will be a combination of many things, Rahul, and there is certainly going to be, I agree with Ashutosh on that things are not going to be that easy for Aam Aadmi Party because of the incumbency and because of many other things as well. At the same time, I also sense that the problem of the Congress is going to be very, very different, and it is also going to depend a lot how Congress is going to perform. In this election. So far, we have seen in the last 2 rounds of assembly election, 3 rounds actually, that Congress vote actually disintegrated and which has actually benefited the Aam Aadmi Party largely in the last 3. But having said that, the residual Congress vote also has a pretty much traction as far as their character of being anti-Aam Aadmi Party is, concerned. So what my, as a psychological perspective, my interest is pretty much in understanding this time that, this critical, what Pradeep said, that he needs 4 and 4.5% swing to do the magic in Delhi. That 4.5% need not necessarily come from Aam Aadmi Party to the BJP. It could also come from, which might sound very unusual, that Congress to the BJP, but we have seen how the mandates in Maharashtra and Haryana have happened.
No, but I have a different theory on that. Yashwant Deshmukh, I have a different theory. It doesn't need to be a swing towards the BJP. It can just be a swing away from the AAP to the Congress. The Congress is down to 5%, which is rock bottom. If the Congress goes up to 10 to 15%, and if most of that largely comes from the Aam Aadmi Party, that itself brings the Aam Aadmi Party down from above 50 to close to 40, and then the BJP just needs to go up a little bit to be able to cross the finishing line. So, Anika Mehrotra, how badly or how well the Congress does, ironically, is what might determine this result, because here is one situation where the BJP will want the Congress to do better than it did in the last 2 elections.
Exactly.
Very true, Rahulji. BJP could never, get the power of Delhi beside MCD. And that too, they have lost it now. So people have seen the work of MCD in BJP, and now they have seen the AAP Aadmi work in MCD. They have almost got the whole MCD under the control. And despite that, the garbage, to name it, it's in a deplorable condition. Delhi has gone back to worse. So that is why, and basically, who is the Aam Aadmi voter? It was a Congress voter, basically. They have taken a large chunk of our vote. And now that vote wants to come back to Congress because, you see, just surviving on Bijli and Pani doesn't help. There are other parameters also which needs to be lifted.
Okay.
So the economically weaker section needs to be uplifted, not only with reveries, but also with, basic